What's up, y'all? Entropy here. Welcome back to Freeport Tech Dynasty. Coming off our first win in school history last week in dramatic fashion against FCS Midwest. An incredible game that really went down to the wire, and some late game heroics won the game for us, which is awesome. This week we start conference play in the American. We got the Charlotte 49ers on the road. Full disclosure, this is the second time I have had to record this, because I was in the process of playing the first one. It was a 0-0 like slugfest late in the first half, and I got kicked from the servers and lost the entire game because in order to do a team builder team, you have to do an online dynasty, and when you get disconnected from the servers, you lose all your progress in whatever you were doing. So we will get the ball to start the second half. So if we could score here and then get the ball to start the second half, we could be in really good shape if we score there, but we got to convert this 3rd and 7 first. Oh, no. Lost that game, so I'm playing it again now. And that was really unfortunate. It was very frustrating to have that happen. So I did update the recruiting board in the last episode, so there are just a few things to look at here. The most notably is we took the points out of Imani Carney, because it looks like he's going to SMU, so continuing to go after him would be a hopeless endeavor. So we will be pivoting to Tyron Davis instead, but you'll notice I don't have any points into him right now, and the reason for that is I did instead put points into Emmanuel Caesar, who is a running back that we've had on our board but haven't looked at yet. I did scout him, and he looks quite good. 90 speed, 91 acceleration, 86 change of direction. Juke and spin move both in the 70s, 74 catching as well, so a capable receiver out of the backfield. Plus, he's in a pipeline of ours in Arlington, Texas. So we have Sam Houston State with a lead on us, but we did offer him a scholarship, and we're putting points into him just to see if we can kind of catch up to him and maybe have a chance of bringing him in. So that leaves our board in a bit of a weird spot because I do really want to go after Tyron Davis, but I'm banking on no one else going after him because no one else has gone after him yet. And then another guy is Ben Maggio, this receiver we've been going after, who also no one is going after yet. So what I'm hoping is going to happen here is that maybe we're going to get some commitments soon, such as Bruce Acho, this quarterback we've been going after forever that hasn't made any, or hasn't gotten any attention from other schools, I should say. One thing I could do is I could try switching to hard sell to see if I can get him to commit that way, but our letter grades for him are so bad, I'm not even sure if that would actually help or not. You know, I'm going to do it just because I would like to have those extra 10 points. So let's see what his ideal pitch is. There it is, the clutch. So hopefully that B- playing time will kind of carry and maybe get him to commit, so we don't have to worry about putting points into him anymore. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these 10 points and I'm going to put them into Tyron Davis so we can maybe kind of keep a gap going with him, because we have a little bit of a lead now for Maggio. Still not a great lead, but again, just no one else is going after these guys, so we're going to try and take advantage of it. And hopefully we can get some other points freed up via commitments or guys reaching their top 5, and we can switch to hard sell and get 10 free points back that way. So this is that part of the season where the recruiting gets a little crazy, because you have a lot of guys you need to get points into, but you already have them spread out, so you're hoping you get commitments and get some points freed up, because we only have 350 that we can spend every week. So that is where we're at right now. That is the big update. So Imani Carney off the board, Tyron Davis now our top tackle target, and we're trying to see what we can do in the Emmanuel Caesar recruitment. This week we'll be rocking the black home helmet and the blue home pants with the white away jersey. So kind of doing a little more of a mix and match sort of thing. And here come the 49ers, a team that was not in the original, or in NCAA 14. They weren't at the FBS level yet. Their football program may not have even existed at that time. But a team that was in college football revamped, and I believe we did play them once, maybe twice, if I remember correctly. So we'll see if we can get the job done here on the road here at Jerry Richardson Stadium. Here come the Marlins. This will be our second road game of the season, so we'll see how we handle the tough crowd. All right, Travis Miller actually starting out in the backfield as he is our third down back, and he kind of got stuck, and there's nowhere for him to go. A terrible start as we're already 2nd and 11. Play action to Brooks, flip it out to the fullback Lawson, gets a couple back, but we're going to be 3rd and 7. I don't like being in these 3rd and medium to long situations because our passing offense has not been great so far in this series. And yeah, there we go. Oh, I'm seeing now that we had a guy wide open on the left sideline. I was looking at every other receiver except for him, so I completely missed that. And our first drive of the game ends with us going 3 and out, and we're going to punt it to them, and they're going to get great starting field position as their return man was able to dodge the first tackler as well. They're on our side of the field to start. I cannot believe I just missed that receiver. Maybe he wasn't covered, but maybe he wasn't open, but he looked like he was wide open as soon as I kind of stopped and looked at the field. Ugh, I need to move on. It's already in the past. We're on defense now. It's a handoff on 2nd and 5. We do keep him short of the first down line, so it'll be 3rd and 1. It's a read option, and the lineman couldn't get him, and it's going to be a big gain for the 49ers. A first down. We had that play stopped for a second, too, and just the one lineman who could have made the play didn't make it. Drops back on first down, flips over to the running back, and oh, Briggs could not make the tackle, and it's an 8-yard gain. You can't be missing tackles like that, dude. This time Briggs gets in the backfield, and it's going to be a loss of 4. 3rd and 6 coming up. Big play by the linebacker. Can we hold them to a field goal? It would be huge for this defense if we could. And the quarterback's going to go down, and it's a sack. I believe that is Jameer Ross, the defensive end, who got back there. And Charlotte is going to have to settle for a field goal. Kick is up, and it is good. Charlotte on the board, and more points have been scored in this game already than in the entire first half of the game that I was playing that got quit in the middle of by the connection. Oh my gosh, they're all over our run game. Travis Miller goes down for a loss of 4. Dalton over the middle, can't hang on, absorbed a big hit from the linebacker, and it's going to be 3rd and 14. We're going to try Dalton again. The safety read that play beautifully, and it's an interception. It was going to be tough to convert that anyway. There was a window there, and that safety came crashing down like as soon as Dalton was starting to make his break. Quick hitting route, and he was unable to make the tackle on the sideline. I believe that was Brewer. First quarter roughly coming to a close here. Charlotte threatening to put points up again, and that's going to help. Quick hitting slant to the receiver, and they've got another first down. Right as the first quarter ends, they snap the ball, and this time the quarterback's just going to take off. Cuts back to the inside, and he's down at the 6-yard line. Connor Harrell with 2 big plays with his legs already in that first quarter, and not a good one. Offense is struggling to start. Minus 20 rushing yards. Granted, that's with 2 big sacks, but still, I mean, gosh dang. Sun setting a little more here in Charlotte as they are trying to score, and that's a big play by Landon Briggs, his second huge TFL. It's another handoff, and this one's also not going anywhere. Jason Nolan making the stop that time, and it's 3rd and goal. 3rd and goal now. Can the defense come up with another big stop here? It's over the middle, overthrow every receiver, and it's going to fall incomplete, and Charlotte's going to have to settle for another field goal. This kick is up, and this kick is also good. The Charlotte's kicker, perfect 2 for 2 on the day, and it's 6-0 49ers. Jalen Brooks will start us off this drive. There's a hole there, and he just couldn't quite hit it fast enough for a bigger gain, but does get 5, which I believe is by far our best play of the game so far. I feel like we're seeing a lot of Travis Miller early in this game. Maybe it's just the formations I'm calling plays out of right now, but I mean, gosh dang. As that's a nice catch and conversion for Shane Wallace, the tight end. Oh my gosh, Brooks just way too slow once he got the ball in his hands. They seem pretty aggressive against the run right now. Let's see if we can do some option and maybe misdirect them a little bit. They do chase the running back immediately. Stokes keeps, wasn't going to get it to the outside, just gets 2, makes it 3rd and a little more manageable. McAllister drops back on 3rd and 6. He's got Zach Montgomery. Montgomery's got the first down. Nice conversion for the Marlins. We need points very badly on this drive. Little motion RPO action here. We're going to flip it out to Taylor, and the block just was not held up by Hayes. Stokes back on the field again for this option play. They do go after the running back. He's going to cut it back inside, and he's going to get a first down. Stokes with our biggest play of the game so far, a run of like 8 or 9 yards, which is crazy. Oh, I thought we had the defense fooled a little bit, but that linebacker just got right in there. Already at the 2-minute timeout, we have got to convert and get points on this drive. We started with the ball, so we can't afford to give them the ball back. Down 6 as Tanner Brooks gets it and fights for the first down as well. So we've got another conversion here as time is going to start to become a factor for us here. I'm not panicking yet. We still have quite a bit of time, but it's going to have to be something we keep an eye on here as this drive continues. Montgomery's wide open on the little drag, and if he can get out of bounds, that'd be nice, and he does. Brooks with a little bounce motion over, and there is a hole there, a huge hole, and he runs through it, and he's just outside the 10-yard line, down at about the 12. Little play action, roll. Oh, wide open is Montgomery, and that's a touchdown. Zach Montgomery, a beautiful play action, and McAllister did a great job delivering the ball. He was moving to the left, so completing that pass is no easy task for a quarterback like him that's not particularly mobile. And just like that, Freeport Tech is on the board and has the lead thanks to that extra point. Oh my gosh, no, 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 no. Charlotte's going to get a huge return here out to the 39-yard line. Thankfully, that didn't go for a touchdown, but we can't let them score on this drive. We got to hold them somehow. Minute 19 and all 3 timeouts is plenty of time for the 49ers, and that is broken up over the middle, incomplete. They do a play action, and there's no one on the guy over on the flat, and that's a big play for the Niners already on our side of the field, and they call timeout. Oh, I got that. No! Landon Briggs, he was in the perfect spot, and that is just a really tough catch for a linebacker to make, unfortunately. Gosh dang it, I would have liked that. Under duress, ball's on the ground, and it's scooped up by a lineman. Man, I would love to get one of those eventually. I think that's the second game we forced a fumble like that. But it's going to be 3rd and 19. This is going to be very difficult for them to convert. Charlotte come out, a 5-wide look. Harrell doing something, communicating with the lineman in some capacity. Rush got in there, and it's completed. Are you kidding me, guys? You can't give up a 3rd and 19. I mean, running man may have been a dumb decision knowing the kind of players we have on this team, but dude, come on. I had him run like, I gave plenty of cushion for stuff like that, and he still let him get past them. This is going to be a run play, and that's not going to go anywhere. That was a bizarre play call at this point in the game. They ran no huddle, trying to get to the line quickly. Don't want to use that last timeout unless they have to. And they would save it, I presume, for a field goal try, potentially. Slides out with 13 seconds left, though, so they are going to go. They're definitely trying to get a touchdown. Once again, coming out in 5-wide, Charlotte. Trying to get another touchdown before the end of the half here. And this time, Harrell's going to go down. 8 seconds and counting. They may not have enough time here. They're going to try a field goal? They can't get the field goal unit out in time. What are they doing? What a horrible botching of time by Charlotte there. I don't know what their coaching staff is doing over there. I don't know if they thought they could rush the field goal unit on in time or what. But regardless, we're going into halftime with a 1-point lead over Charlotte thanks to some horrendous clock management. That was like Chicago Bears on Thanksgiving level of clock management there. That was terrible. Night has fallen upon the stadium as we enter the second half. I think that dynamic lighting is maybe my favorite presentation thing that they added to this game. It's just so cool seeing the time of day actually change throughout the game. Harold looking for someone, nowhere to go, and this time Briggs closes in on him before he can make a huge play. It's going to be 3rd and 6. Harold drops back looking He had a receiver on the drag. Instead, he runs it himself. There is a flag on the field, so we'll see what they get called for here. Hopefully it's on them. I imagine it is. And it's holding on the offense. On the running back, actually, who was back there in pass protection. We will happily take that. Thank you. 3rd and 16 now. If we let them convert another 3rd and forever, I'm going to be pretty annoyed. As Chambers intercepts it. What a play by the corner. Perfectly in coverage. And now he's got some room on the return. I tried to cut that out to the right. Couldn't quite get out there. But Levi Chambers, our #1 corner, one of the best players on the team, comes up huge there. Did a great job of turning his head to find the ball. And then just reached up and snagged it out of the air. Beautiful. After the huge turnover, we're going to try and hit him for maybe a big play here on the option. Oh, and they were not ready for it. Stokes gets the carry and gets the first down at about the 40-yard line. Once again, Stokes on the option. That time doesn't get very much, only 2. Running a 2-quarterback system is a little goofy and unconventional, but it did work for us in the old Dominion Dynasty pretty well. So, as long as it's working here too, I don't see why I wouldn't keep doing it. And I had Brooks over the middle. I just took a little too long to throw it. That's going to bring up 3rd and 8. 3rd and 8. I really don't want to end this drive early. We're going to try and get it down to Hayes, and he couldn't quite bring it in. And they're suggesting a 55-yard field goal. Can we kick one that far? Well, Grant Sullivan's a pretty good kicker, but I mean, I assume they wouldn't suggest it if we couldn't make it, but I wouldn't say I'm optimistic about the odds of this going in. Gosh, this meter moves so freaking fast. Oh, no, the accuracy's not going to be any good. Oh, and they actually blocked it. So that ended up being a horrible decision. I mean, it wasn't going in anyway, but them blocking it just makes it even more demoralizing. So Charlotte's going to get the ball back. The interception is ultimately not going to hurt him. Harrell on the little sprint out, and he's going to go down. Number 92 brings him down. I'm actually not 100% sure who that is. Harmon? That is not a name I know off the top of my head, but a huge sack, and that's going to be a terrible start to their drive. 2nd and 21 now. Quick little screen. Can Brewer bring him down? He can. A nice tackle by the outside corner. It's going to bring him 3rd and 16. Another 3rd and very long situation for Charlotte here. They converted one earlier, and they go down again. That one news, but Jaheim Bennett, the defensive tackle, and their pass protection has imploded quite suddenly here. And that is going to be a punt for Charlotte. Levi Chambers had the interception earlier with the punt return. Can he bounce it out to the left? He's going to try it and can't quite get out there. Dang it. I like the little fake toss play. Ooh, boy. Took a big hit there, but does deliver to Shane Wallace, who gets 5 back, and it's going to make it 3rd and 6. Wallace, the man in motion here. Boy, he's really not good at route running, is he? And that was probably riskier than it needed to be. I think I could have maybe hit Hayes a little deeper. 4th and 2. I don't want to give him a short field. Our defense is playing well right now, but I don't want to put him in a tougher spot than I need to, so we are just going to punt it back. See if Wade Preston can pin him deep. It's not a great punt, but they're going to be starting that back at about the 16. This game started very well offensively for Charlotte, getting 2 quick field goals, but since then it's been mostly kept in check, and I shouldn't have even opened my big stupid mouth because that's a huge gain for them on the first play of the drive. This time, Jason Nolan gets in the backfield, and it's a big TFL for the linebacker. That's another... Man, our 2 middle linebackers have made a lot of great plays against the run so far. A little underneath route to the receiver. We do keep him short of the line to gain. That's going to bring up 3rd and 2, and that is also going to bring up the end of the 3rd quarter. 6-7 still. Not a single point scored. I don't know what he's doing with his hands. I assume he's trying to make a pickaxe with them. But boy, not a great showing from our offense. 60 passing yards, 25 rushing yards. It's a miracle we even have a touchdown the way the offense has looked. We'll see if the defense can hold up here. It's going to be a quick hitting pass play, and it is going to get completed for a 1st down. The corner was kind of there. It just wasn't close enough to make a play on the ball. Man, he got the edge, and there's no one over there to stop him. Down at about, or out of bounds, I should say, at the 29-yard line. They're well in field goal range. We kept Chaney in check for most of this game, and he just ripped off maybe their biggest play of the game. Oh, they hit us with an RPO. That run play was about to get blown up again, and instead they're able to swing it for 4. Man, they love coming out in 5 wide sets, and I don't like it because we're not very good at stopping the pass as it is. As they're only going to get 2 that time, it's going to make it 3rd and 4. Oh, it's another RPO, and that tight end is just opening the flat again. I think that's almost the exact same play that hit us for earlier, and it's another 3rd down conversion for Charlotte. Blown up in the backfield is Chaney once again. I think that was Nolan again. It was his 2nd TFL of the game. 4 tackles as well. He's having a big showing here. 2nd and 13 for the 49ers. 4.5 minutes left in the game. They're trying to... I assume they're going to try and run clock. Oh, no. It's a big play on a 1st down again. Our defense is just not playing up to the level they need to on in these long yardage situations. TFLs should be drive killers because they are for us, but our defense is not good enough. Even if we do kind of blow up their first play, our defense is not good enough to definitively hold them every time. It's going to be another RPO, and there was no one there. Their one receiver managed to block 2 guys at the same time, I guess, as Charlotte retakes the lead. Their first points since like the middle of the 1st quarter, and we are obviously going to have to try and stop them from getting a 2-point conversion here. We're just going to send the house and hope it's enough, basically. I don't like this, especially if they pass. It's going to be tough to stop them. Oh, and it is knocked down by Briggs. A great play to reach up there and swat it away. So a touchdown would give us the lead, and we have just under 4 minutes left. Can we get this drive started well? We cannot. Brooks just... Charlotte's defense is really freaking good or something. I mean, we can't get anything going. Try a pitch play to the outside. That time he gets a pretty good block from the right side of the line, and it's going to bring up 3rd and short. Montgomery. Or that's not Montgomery. It's actually Darnell Hayes. It was a drag route, so I just assumed it was Montgomery. But either way, that is a 1st down. Travis Miller back on the field again. Let's see if he can maybe do something, as that's some good blocking up front. He is able to get the edge. As I said. But another big play for the 3rd string running back, our 3rd down running back as well. I'd love if our run game could just get something going here. It would help us move the ball a lot better. Anytime we have a run game. Oh gosh, dang it! I was indecisive on if I wanted to try and hit that hole or try and bounce it outside, and instead I kind of just did neither. So that didn't work. 2-minute timeout, fast approaching here. We're gonna audible. We're gonna try and maybe get Montgomery on more of an outgoing route, a little deeper in case we need to try and hit that. They covered that well. They got Dalton covered well. We're gonna send him upfield. He's got he's got it. I don't know what word I was trying to come up. I was trying to say like he's got separation, he's got distance, and I combined them and almost said he's got destination for some reason. But that's a huge play for the offense. We're now at their 15-yard line, but we need a touchdown. We cannot settle for a field goal because we won't have any time left. I'm going to try running it again. I'm determined to get this run game of ours going. Brooks bounces it outside, and it's... Oh my gosh. He actually was about to break free, but that other defender came in and just destroyed him. So that was unfortunate. 2nd and 11, because we just can't help but get into these long situations. The pass rush got in there, and McAllister's not fast enough to avoid it. There was at least 2 guys open to throw there, but we just didn't have the time to get it to him. 3rd and 11. I mean, the game is going to come down to this drive, essentially. Oh, no. The corner beat him to the spot, and it's an interception. And it's going to probably end this game unless we were able to stop them on this possession. Montgomery did not get out of his break well enough. I was anticipating it, and the corner just beat him there. And it was a huge interception thrown by McAllister. And if anything's going to be kind of the death blow, that's going to be it. They're actually going to throw it here for some reason. We sack them for a loss of 3. Our 6th sack of the game, I think I just saw on the bottom line, which is craziness. I do not know why they were even thinking about throwing there. 2nd and 13 now. They're going to throw it again. It is completed in the middle of the defense, and he's got running room. He's going to score. That is going to be the dagger for us. They threw the ball twice in a situation where they would just be running the clock out, you would think, and they burn us. They burn us for a touchdown. I don't know how he got out of there. I thought we were going to even keep him short of the first down line. Instead, he runs it all the way for a touchdown. Javen Nicholas, the man responsible for crushing our last hopes of winning this game, unfortunately. Man, that is just frustrating. They kicked the extra point to make it a 19-7 game. I don't know if this is scoregami levels, but 19 is certainly a weird final score to be at. Obviously, we are going to keep trying to score because I am not about to just roll over and accept defeat. So there's Montgomery on a quick little drag and gets a first down. If we go down and score on this drive, I know they're going to be in like running prevent defense, and it's going to be like a Matthew Stafford on the Lions situation where you just kind of pad your stats at the end of the game to make the stat line look better. I'm going to be a little annoyed if we go down and score with relative ease here, even though they certainly would be letting us score. And Jalen Brooks gets hurt. We don't need that, man. This game's over. We do not need some of our better players getting hurt now. Got Dalton over the middle. He's got the catch and the first down, and he's inbounds, so we're gonna run no huddle here. No time for celebrations. What are we, Chase Claypool? We're not celebrating in this moment. We got stuff to do. We have a limited amount of time to do it as well. We're gonna try calling this play maybe, see if someone can get open on a deeper route, and oh boy, it's not there. That ended up just kind of being throwaway. Ugh, nowhere to go with the ball. I mean, the game's over anyway, but, you know, I'm still annoyed when there's not anyone to throw the ball to. And the pass rush got in there. It's going to be 4th and 22. We're calling a timeout just to do it. But this is just going to be a throw the ball up, likely falling incomplete, and that'll be the ball game. We're going to throw it to who else but Blake Dalton, just to see. Obviously, it gets batted down. And that is going to do it for this game as soon as they kneel it out. Any day now. There it is. That is the ball game. Freeport Tech falls 19-7 on the road against Charlotte. Again, every team we play is going to be better than us. But gosh dang if that wasn't one of the most frustrating games I've ever played. Just couldn't get anything going on offense basically the whole game. And even when the defense like kicked it up between the first and the fourth quarters, basically, the defense really turned up and was able to like actually hold Charlotte from scoring. But our offense just never got going. Maybe Charlotte's just a really strong defensive team or something. But man, that was frustrating. I mean, these stats are certainly going to be ugly if I had to imagine. It looks like McAllister finished with 14 for 24, which is a completion percentage of 58, which he's been like 55 to 59% completions basically every game this year, so that's about right. 152 yards is not very much. Threw the 1 touchdown, of course, to Montgomery, and then the 2 interceptions is pretty brutal. Yeah, long of 40. It's a rough showing for McAllister, even though aside from the interceptions, this is kind of like a stat line we're used to kind of seeing from him. Still was just, nothing felt good, basically, that whole game. Also, remember, a lot of those yards came in garbage time on that last drive that we had. So that's worth noting. The run game in particular was brutal. Kentrell Stokes was the best we could get with his 4 carries via the option. But he only managed 27 yards. Jalen Brooks got nothing going. 9 carries for 21. And just, I don't know, man. I don't know if they were just keyed in on the run game or if our O-line just took the day off or something. But, I mean, our longest run was a 15-yarder by Miller, who finished with 3 for 10. So his other 2 carries were for -2 yards collectively. And then McAllister took 2 sacks for -27, which is just crazy. But, ugh. Charlotte must have just been a good defense. That's what I'm going to have to tell myself at the end of this. Because, I mean, man, we couldn't get anything going. Blake Dalton ended up being our leading receiver with 3 catches for 64. Zach Montgomery, 4 for 42. And, of course, the touchdown. He continues to be our most dependable receiver, running those little underneath routes. Tanner Brooks, a tight end, got 2 for 23. Shane Wallace, 2 for 12. Darnell Hayes, 1 for 6. Brett Lawson, 1 for 4. And Marquise Taylor, 1 for 1. Not much to write home about in the receiving department, that's for sure. Handful of pancakes and 2 sacks given up for the O-line, so not the worst performance in the world, I suppose, but in terms of like how they actually looked out there, it was not a very good performance at all. And then leading tackler on today, Landon Briggs, Jason Nolan. I mean, is it that much of a surprise? I called their names so much in this game. They were all over the field. Micah Brewer, not far behind. Jaheim Bennett making a name for himself in this game as well. 4 TFLs for Jaheim Bennett, which is crazy. Landon Briggs had 3, and then Wyatt Foster, whose name I do not remember calling very often, and Chase Nolan each with 2. And then Jaheim Bennett had 2.5 sacks to his name. Reed Harmon, who I guess is our 3rd-string defensive tackle. Our defense was out there a lot because the offense was so miserable, so that would explain why he was even on the field to begin with. Jameer Ross, I remember saying his name, did get a sack as well. And then Zaylon Harris, Easton Burke, Wyatt Foster, each getting half a sack as well. Combined for, I think, 6 sacks on the day, which is... It's nice that the D-line showed up, but, man, just... The offense was the biggest disappointment by far. Unfortunately, it's with this just being the first season, we don't have a ton of options. I mean, we could just run Kentrell Stokes out there, I guess, as our full-time starter. But McAllister hasn't been, like, unusable. His slow feet is a bit of a pain, but I don't know. I don't think it's worth benching him yet. There's a very good chance late in the season Kentrell gets a start or 2, but for right now, we're going to leave McAllister in that starting role, I guess. Just because we don't have a ton of options. I mean, Stokes, like I said, Stokes would be the only one, but we're going to keep rocking McAllister, but performances like this are not going to help his case very much. Can't put it together. FTU drops to 0-1 in conference play after falling to Charlotte. Yeah, that would be definitely the words that I would use to describe it. Just could not put any semblance of a drive or competent offense or anything like that together over the course of the game. Just frustrating stuff altogether. Again, I feel like I keep saying it, but we knew this first season was going to be rough, but it doesn't make it any more frustrating when I'm actually in the trenches playing it myself, you know. So maybe we'll get some good news in the recruiting department, rather, when we sit next week. Did I just see that Eli Holstein is leading the Heisman? He is. Look at that. Eli Holstein, Gunnar Stockton, Blake Shapen, Caden Salter, and Cade Klubnik, the top 5 for the Heisman. That's a fun 5, I gotta say. None of like the Klubnik, probably the only one expected to be up there in real life this upcoming season, but definitely not the usual group of guys you see being talked about. But either way, let's just sim ahead. And like I said, maybe we'll get some good news on the recruiting trail to kind of give us a little bit of a boost in the morale department before the end of this episode. Doesn't look like there's any great news. Korn's reached his top 3, and we're comfortably in the lead for him, so that's good. Xavier Kennedy has reached his top 5. We're in the lead. We're the only one who's even offered him scholarship, weirdly enough. Same thing here for Marquez Vick as well. And then Deion Page, a quarterback we're not really going after. He's reached his top 8. So I guess the 3 updates we got are good updates. Korn, Kennedy, and Vick seem to be 3 guys we're kind of in the driver's seat for at the moment. Obviously, fingers crossed it stays that way. But like I keep reiterating, the recruiting in this game can get crazy. So hopefully we can kind of bring those guys home. Also, Carney did in fact commit to SMU, and that corner that we never have gone after, but I just haven't taken off the board because I'm lazy about it. He did finally commit to TCU, so they won the battle over Baylor. Oh, we play Navy next week. I hate playing the service academies. That's one of the reasons I was really not excited about playing in the American, is because I hate those triple option offenses. I respect the crap out of them. I love watching them in real life, but playing against them is just the most annoying thing in the world. So hopefully the defense comes ready to play because Navy, undefeated Navy, I see they're 3-0, is going to have it out for us next week. So, oh boy, that's going to be fun. But that is going to do it for us this week. 1-3 on the season. Not unexpected, but still disappointing at the same time. We'll see if we can right the ship next week on the road. Oh, no pun intended, playing the midshipman. But let's see if we can kind of get back on track next week. But that is it for this week. Thank you, everybody, for joining me for this week's episode. Yeah, it's a frustrating season. It's going to be a long first season, but we're going to get through it. We're going to get some wins on the recruiting trail, and we're going to reload and be ready for next year. And we got 8 more games to go, baby. That's going to do it for us this week. Thank you again for joining me. I love and appreciate each and every one of you, and I'll see all y'all in my next episode. Later, y'all.